What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're taking a look at the exotic pulse rifle, the Bad Juju. And this weapon, you can now buy it from Jur. You can pick it up from your 3 of coins. You can buy it from the exotic blueprint stations if you got it in year 1. You definitely do not need to go through a long quest to pick this weapon up anymore. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, it's interesting that this is the first time that I believe we're actually taking a long look at the Bad Juju. I really like this weapon. Whenever the Taken King came out, it was actually the first thing that I saved up my legendary marks, and I went to the exotic blueprint station and I purchased the Bad Juju right away. I really like this weapon. As far as mobbing goes in PvE, it really has no competition. Its only real competition is the Zalo Supercell, and they both do things really well, but just a little bit differently. But what we want to do right now is just take a little bit of a closer look at the Bad Juju and how it really can help you out. As far as the look goes, this gun is passing the eye test. I really like the way it looks. What I always like to say about the Bad Juju is that it is an exotic that feels exotic. So starting off, it's a pulse rifle that comes intrinsically with full auto. For me, I really like that. That just means that you get to hold down the trigger and go to town. It's got a nice magazine size of 27, and that's one of the buffs that it ended up getting a little while ago. Whenever the Bad Juju first came out, it was really underwhelming. Nobody really used the gun because it really wasn't that good. It had a small magazine size, it had some effects on the gun whenever you were firing it off that made it difficult to see. Now, it's looking a lot better. As far as its stat perks go, right now I'm rocking out Send It. You could look into Perfect Balance to really up that stability, or change things around with soft ballistics and then your perfect balance. It's really all up to you. See what works out best for you. I've just learned that all the different stat perks in muzzles can kind of feel different depending on the user's hand, so you'll have to see what combination of range and stability really feels the best in your hands. As far as its special perk String of Curses, it's amazing. It basically gives you a full magazine whenever you kill an enemy, you get crowd control, and you gain super energy. That's a lot of stuff from one perk. That's a lot of stuff for one perk. And that's why I say it is a monster whenever you're mobbing, because it can tear through the red health enemies. So you tear through those enemies, you never have to worry about reloading because your magazine is going to be automatically full, and it's not pulling out bullets from your reserves. They are magic bullets. You are automatically getting these bullets for free, and your super is going to charge up extremely quickly. So there should be no worries about whenever you get your super just to fire it off. Even if you're only killing 1 enemy or 2 enemies, you're going to be getting your super back extremely quick. So any chance you have to pop your super, just feel free to do it and don't worry about it at all. You'll generate some orbs for your teammates. Now, as far as bosses go, this thing lacks a little bit, but every gun is not going to be useful in every situation. Whenever you're facing bosses, just use your heavy weapon or your special weapon. Whenever you're mobbing around, pull out the Bad Juju and go to town. You'll be able to decimate the enemies and bring up your super. Your teammates are going to love you for it, and you're going to have a lot of fun. Whenever we talk about the Bad Juju in PvP, let's start off by thinking of it as having the Hawksaw damage profile. And what that means is that with each headshot, you're going to be scoring 25 damage. And since it's a pulse rifle, 3 bursts, so if you hit 3 to the head, you're going to get 75 damage per trigger pull, and that would be ideal. Basically, you're going to be getting enemies down within 3 to 4 bursts, and that's pretty good. Again, the damage fall off that pulse rifles have is going to make things changed up just a little bit. I think 3 to 4 bursts is going to be very typical for you though, depending on their health in all the situations. And that's a nice thing. The one great thing that this gun has is that you don't have to worry whenever you're engaged with multiple enemies at once. This gun really shines in that because you don't have to worry about the downtime of reloading. You can continue to hold onto your trigger and just fire off the bursts. Not to mention the fact that you've got String of Curses going in your favor. Now let's talk about String of Curses just really quickly. String of Curses, like I said, is basically like crowd control. The thing is, it only lasts for 3 seconds, so you really have to make hay whenever you've got that damage boost. And it's pretty nice. I saw my damage per headshot go up to 28 to 29. I didn't see it go any higher than 29. That doesn't really change it from a 3 to 4 burst to a 2 burst or anything like that, but it's still pretty nice, especially if you are going to pick off some lower health enemies. Really nice. Again, if you're engaged, like right up here, I've got 2 enemies that are pretty much stacked on top of each other, if my Warlock Stormcaller friend didn't go in there and wipe him out, I would have easily been able to wipe out both of those enemies, and I was doing it with the String of Curse damage boost in my favor. So really, really nice. That's, again, one of the areas that the Bad Juju is shining in. The Bad Juju feels like an exotic, where a lot of exotics don't exactly feel that way. Whenever you can see some weapons that are legendary, that are outshining exotics, you know you've got a little bit of a problem in the game. The Bad Juju does stuff that no other legendary weapon can do. It's got so many combinations of perks and bonuses that are going for it all at once. It's actually pretty amazing. I'm pretty surprised that it's kind of as underrated of a gun as it is. Now, that's because sometimes it's really difficult to kind of give up your exotic slot. Sometimes you've just got other things that you really want to use, but as far as primary exotic options go, especially in PvP, you could do a whole lot worse than the Bad Juju. You really just have to get used to firing off the gun, seeing if the look of the UI, look down the sights and all that feels good to you, and just if the killing feels well in your hands. With full auto, it's not going to be difficult to fire off a lot of rounds into your enemy, and getting bullets into the enemy before they get bullets into you is pretty nice. So I like the Bad Juju a lot. Do you use the Bad Juju at all? Because I'll be honest, even though I like it, I don't use it all that much. Maybe I should. What do you think about the Bad Juju? Do you have it? Did you have it since year one? What do you think about how it's changed and evolved over the years? Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, the Taken King, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Only good Juju over here.